This video is the second part in a pair of videos looking at Python map. Here we look at some solutions to some exercises set in the first part. Let's remind ourselves of the exercises. Exercise 1. Create a function that squares integers and applies it on a list using map. Exercise 2. Create a function that adds two integers and applies it on each item in two lists, also using map. Use map to apply a function that takes integers in a list and returns them to the power of 3 and to the power of 4. Exercise 4. Time the map function compared to a for loop. Now exercise 5. Make map to make a unique list of words from a text. Don't worry about punctuation, but you might have some different case letters, some uppercase and lowercase. So you want a unique list of words from a text. That's exercise 5. Let's look at the solutions. So we can start off with creating a simple list. Let's say 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9, and we want to create a function that squares integers. So we can define, let's call our square and our x, and then we're just going to return x multiplied by x. So to use our map, let's create a variable, and then we're going to use map, and then we want our function, and then we want our iterable, which in this case is our list, and to print a map object, let's change it to a list, and then we print that, see results. So the square of 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9 is 1, 9, 25, 49 and 81. So we need another list, so let's have b list equals and 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10, and we need another function to add them together. So we've got adder, we've got x and y, and we just return x plus y. So now we have our map, and we would call our function, which is adder, and we've got our first list and our second list. Let's return after that, and again we're going to print our list with var variable. So let's run that, and we see we've got the new list 3, 7, 11, 15 and 19. We've got our list. Now we can define our function. So we only need one number, and we need to return two things. So we've got x to the power of 3 and x to the power of 4. Again, we've got a variable equals map, a function, power, and a list. Let's say a list, and again let's print our list version of our map object, and when we run this we can see we've got 1 and 1, which is 1 cubed, 1 to the power of 3, 1 to the power of 4, 3, 5, 7 and 9 to the power of 3 to the power of 4. So that was question 3. Question 4. Time the map function compared to a for loop. So here we're going to have two lists, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and another list, let's say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 and 20. So we have two lists. Now let's say we want to multiply each item in each list. We're going to have a for loop for, let's say, x in I. Actually we'll use range, so we'll use a range of 10 because that's the length of our list, and then we want to create a new list, let's say k is an empty list, and then we're going to append to k, and what we want is we want I in the index of x multiplied by j at the same place. So if we print that, let's print k and run that. Let's see, so there's our answer. Now if we write a function that adds or multiplies two numbers, let's call that multiply, and then we've got the two numbers, so let's say a and b, and then we return a multiplied by b, and then for our map function we're going to have map, our function name, and then we've got our two lists, and we're going to print the answer, which is the list of var. So let's run that. So we can see here we've got both the list and in a for loop multiplying each element, and also we've got our map function doing the same thing. Now which one is taking the longest, which is the most efficient? So we can import time it, let's say it's t. Now if we want to time our functions, let's imagine let's start with the time, a default timer, start 1 and stop 1, and also we've got start 2 and stop 2. Now it's important to include all parts such as the print statement, because sometimes the print statement is part of the code that takes the longest time. So now what we want to print, we've got a for loop, and we want to print start 1 minus stop 1, and also we've got print, we've got our map function, and we want to print stop 2 minus stop 2, and we want start stop 1 minus start 1. Otherwise we'd get a minus number. So let's run that. We can see we've forgotten an R in import, so let's try running it again. Right, you can see here we've got the map function is 8 times faster than the for loop, and again 7-8 times faster. So a huge difference in the map function being a lot more efficient than the for loop. So there's our code for question 4. So now what we need to do, we want a unique list of words. So we need to split the words. So let's say words equals text dot split. We've got words. Now we want to use lower, so we can have variable equals map, and we need lower and our words. Now if we print the list of var, let's print that. We've got the a bed and a dog, the dog and a cat. That's not the unique list of words. But what we can do is we can create a set. And now a set, we have got a and cat, dog, the bed. So to make a unique list, we make them lowercase and we've used set. This video is part of a series, so if you learned anything watching this video, you'll probably like the other ones in the series, such as list comprehensions, enumerate, using zip. If you've gained something from watching this video, why not share it with a friend? And click the like. Turn on your notifications to get notified when new videos come out. And if you have a request, why not leave it in a comment?